And so Nigerians celebrated a momentous occasion, it would seem, on Sunday, the 15th of September, when Nnpcl trucks, 86 of them, we believe according to their reports, loaded petrol from Dangote refinery, significantly ending the regime of petrol importation, we hope. But it would seem that that's a Pyrrhic victory for Nigerians because the price of the commodity coming to Nigerians is rather high. But then again, what does the future hold? Is it a guarantee for an end in continuing scarcity as we have seen in the last couple of years? Let's have this conversation together so that we could understand the odds and the end. And to help us with this conversation, we have the National Welfare Officer of IPMAN, Mr. John Kekiocha, who joins us via Zoom. Good morning and welcome to the program, sir.
Good morning, my dear, and how are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for joining us on the program. So the weekend came with big news for Nigerians with the loading of petrol. But then we saw that back and forth between Dangote refinery and the Nnpcl over pricing, with the Nnpcl releasing a further statement to say, this is how much we got it and this is how much we're selling it. Let's start from there. How are you processing it, sir?
Thank you very much. You see, there is one thing Nigerians don't understand or they feel to neglect. With the deregulation of the downstream and the removal of subsidy, it means the market for the downstream refining and the production of petrol and diesel and all what sort is now free for all. And therefore, anybody doing it is doing it as a private business. Dangote is not a Nigerian company. It's an individual company. And therefore, if he buys product crude from Nnpcl and produces, he has to produce and sell and to make gain. Nigeria, Nnpcl is only buying from them as an off-taker. And if they buy from Dangote, they have the advantage of immediate source of supply, which is better than importing product from outside Nigeria, which has to bear with logistics of transport and so on and so forth. So it's assumed that Dangote product should relatively be cheaper. So does not mean that Dangote is refining and is going to give Nigerians a very cheap price. It has to still sell to make gain. And if Nnpcl, which is the only entity that is buying the PMS from Dangote, is buying it because it wants to ensure that the market price of the fuel is brought at reasonably for Nigerians vis-a-vis the one they used to import before. So when Nigerians say that because Dangote is producing product, it has to come down to 600 or 500, it will definitely reflect the cost of production and the cost of their supply to Nigeria. You understand?
But Mr. Kekiocha, prior to this time, the price adjustment announced by the Nnpcl saw price of petrol increase from 548 naira from its stations, or 568 as the case may be, from its stations to 858 naira per litre. Should we believe what Nnpcl is telling us by implication of this new price, that petrol imported from outside Nigeria is cheaper than the one produced by a domestic industry at home?
It's not possible. The product we are going to get from Dangote cannot be cheaper than, cannot be costlier than the one imported because we have advantage of supply logistics. If the one we are going to get from the one we are going to import from abroad is going to be cheaper, then there is no need celebrating Dangote's refinery production. So absolutely, it's going to be cheaper than the imported products.
Mr. Kekiocha, maybe let's contextualize it. My colleague is asking, it's not what we are hoping it will be. It is what it is. Just a few months ago, pump price increased and everybody was screaming. And the Nnpcl came out and said the sector is deregulated. You know, they've denied a couple of things or not being clear with a few things when questions were asked until they provided clarity later. But maybe you as a player will help us answer that question directly. She is saying, just before Dangote came upstream, they've already increased the price. And what it landed to us, who are the purchasers or the buyers, came to about 800 and something. Now they are saying with Dangote coming upstream, the first batch that is coming out now, Lagos, which is the place that will buy perhaps the most affordable, will buy for 950. So we're not asking it should be or it shouldn't be. It is what it is. Help us make sense of how abroad or the ones outside the country was 800 and something, and now Dangote is almost 1,000 naira, at least for Lagos as a case study.
Specifically, Nnpcl has not told Nigeria the price they're going to sell fuel. All this 940 something is speculative. The price, the Nnpcl has not defined any price for this product they got from the Dangote refinery.
But
every price.
No, Mr. Akeke, NNPC has. Yes. NNPC has. We saw a release this morning, so we're going to put it up for you. Lagos, you will buy fuel for 950. Places like Boronu, we're going to buy fuel for like, I think if I'm correct, over 1,000 naira. So NNPC did a breakdown of what they got from Dangote refinery, how all the payment, Nnpcl distribution, all the elements of payment that, and then their own margin. Put together, Lagos will buy for 950. Boronu will buy for over 1,000 naira. Now, we also know that before now, some people were buying for about 1,200, 1,300, even sometimes less than that. My question again, with these facts in front of you, before now, the prices had increased in some places like Lagos to 800 and something to almost 900. Dangote has come. It appears it's even a bit higher in some places like Lagos and all of that. So help us make sense.
Well, I was not privy to the fact that Nnpcl had defined the price. If Nnpcl can sell the Dangote product higher than the imported product, it doesn't make sense. What is the celebration we're having all this while then?
Now, Mr. Akeke, this was released some hours ago, so it's understandable. This was released today, actually, so it's understandable that you may not have seen that. But I'm sorry?
The celebration we have in view of the logistics before us about the deportation and Dangote having started production, is reasonably believe that the Dangote product will be cheaper.
So let's look at this deeper, and I want us to go back to the breakdown by the NNPC Limited estimated pump price based on Dangote Refinery September 2024 PMS pricing. Again, Dangote had come out to say, well, this is based on what they bought in dollars, and the Naira transaction will begin October 1st. But if you look at it, it says that a metric ton, I believe, is $690. So when they break it down to per liter, that's $0.52 per liter of premium motor spirit. That's the first line. So if you do that that conversion, it would show that NNPC Limited is using 1,620 naira to $1 for this particular conversion, right? That's what NNPC Limited is using.
637 naira.
Exactly. So you wonder if it's actually 620. You wonder if that's the same thing they use for the importation of petrol. When they're importing petrol, do they actually use 1,620, or they get the what's that word, shortfalls, if they get some sort of forex rebates just to buy petrol outside there? Now, if you look further, you see premium is $0.03 per liter. Dangote refinery country pricing is $0.55 per liter, and everything comes to 950. There's also NMDPRA fee, inspection fee, distribution costs for Lagos, and margin. That's how NNPC Limited says it came to 950 naira per liter. And if you look under that table, you see NNPC Limited says PMS prices are not set by government, but negotiated directly between parties on an arm's length basis. So if NNPC Limited in that statement is saying, wait for the technical committee set up by the federal government, and NNPC Limited is saying, no, they don't set prices, it's based on business deals. What do you see, Mr. Akeke? Does it look like they are shifting blames? NNPC doesn't want to be the one responsible for high pricing. Dangote too doesn't want to be the one responsible for high pricing, and we're going back and forth on this one.
You see, before now, the products from the imported products in Nigeria has been replaced about 600 to 615. And we understand that the government has been doing some undercover process to ensure that these products come at this rate, which means basically Nigeria has been getting it a little higher than what it gives to Nigerians. But with the 950 as stated here, it means that Nigeria has not tampered with the price. It's giving it exactly as it's getting it from Dangote refinery. So if anything price is going to go down, it possibly means that the government is going to intervene to ensure that the price is comfortable for Nigerians. But Dangote had just started production, so the cost of production possibly now will be a little higher. But as time goes on, their cost of production will start getting gradually lower and lower until a reasonable price is reached, which will make it to be more comfortable for Nigerians.
So, in your view, does this make economic sense? Well, Nigerians don't have a choice. Nnpcl Limited has already loaded more than how many, 70 trucks or 80 trucks. So basically, Nigerians will have to buy it for 950. Or do you see any sort of intervention here, either from government or what have you?
Like I said, they have been undercover by the government before now.
Oh, that's under recoveries, right? Subsidies.
Undercover by government before now. And if the Dangote price is 950 without government intervention, it means gradually the undercover thing will come to play and let the Nigerians will get it cheaper.
So, Mr. Nnpcl, I think there are more questions to be asked. We've said it before at the start of the program about whether or not or how important it is for Dangote to provide further clarification about how much it sold petrol exactly to the Nnpcl. But would it also be important at this point in time to query why Nnpcl is a sole off-taker? Indeed, independent marketers and retailers are asking questions about why Nnpcl continues to be the sole off-taker. Why shouldn't the market be liberalized? After all, it's a deregulated market. That's on the one hand. On the other hand, if it's difficult to reconcile the prices based on even the calculation that my colleague broke down just moments ago, are you wondering if the Nnpcl is trying to make inordinate gain? And we know, according to what it had said just 2 weeks ago, that it is owing its suppliers of petrol in the international market $6 billion.
Yes, the Dangote refinery thing, like we stated, that their diesel production can go for any off-taker. Their sale for diesel can go for any off-taker. But for the PMS, their off-taker for now is only Nnpcl. There are people are requesting that it will be made open for anybody who wants to buy to go to the Dangote refinery and buy. There is nobody does that kind of business. Because we believe that Nnpcl is, if as an off-taker, gets the product and delivers it in bulk to other off-takers under Nnpcl, like IPMAN, DAPMAN, NEMAN, and the rest of them. But if we now say everybody should go to Dangote to buy products from there and start selling, it makes it a little more cumbersome. So Nnpcl will pick as a direct off-taker, and the other players will now partake in the distribution.
Mr. Nnpcl, just as we begin to wind down, so I like to contextualize things based on law and agreement. You've said, it's like you're saying the reason why Nnpcl is the sole off-taker is because to bring some level of order. That was not what we were told by the Ministry of Finance. I'll say exactly what was stated by the Nnpcl in response to when Murik accused them of being an off-taker, and they clearly said it's only every other product anybody can go and buy, but for PMS, Nnpcl will be off-taker, and this is the condition. The Nnpcl Limited will only fully offtake PMS from the Dangote refinery if the market prices of PMS are higher than the pump prices in Nigeria. I want you to respond to that. It has nothing to do with order. It has everything to do with how the market polls play out.
If you recall, I made a statement before that Nnpcl before now has been getting this product to Nigerians with the under recovery cost. And now Dangote is producing. it is possible Nnpcl will intervene to ensure that the supply to Nigerians is not as high as they possibly would have gotten it from Dangote. So if you make it open, this condition will not arise.
There you go. So on a final note, what are the options for IPMAN? Would you continue to buy from the major marketers, or you'll also partake in this Dangote product? So buy it. I don't know how you'll do it, but what are the options available for you? And if Nnpcl Limited says it's 950, is IPMAN able to sell it below that based on the, what you get from either the major marketers or the depot owners?
The independent petroleum marketers had several meetings with the Nnpcl. The president, Alhaji Shetima Magandi, has had meetings with Nnpcl on how to get bulk supplies from Nnpcl through by having our own tank farm, which is seriously in progress. The essence of doing this is that if Nnpcl is going to get bulk supply to IPMAN, the IPMAN, who has the highest number of outlets in the country, will be able to disseminate this product and distribute it seamlessly.
No, I understand, Mr. Kikiocha. Because of time, I'm saying, would you still continue to buy from private depots, or you now go to Nnpcl? What is the plan now, quickly?
We will buy from Nnpcl because we believe that it's going to be easier and cheaper for IPMAN.
So you will be selling for at least 950 as well?
Not at this time.
So how much will you be selling at this time? How much are you selling today?
IPMAN is selling, depending on how you got your product. If some IPMAN members are selling less than 800, some are selling 800 and something. But with this supply of Dangote now, the price of product, we have not gotten the supply. Meanwhile, the 100 trucks they are loading are supplies to Nnpcl limited stations.
Well, Mr. Kikiocha, I wonder if we're going to be seeing that, because even prior to this time, products sold by marketers, by IPMAN, was above 800 naira per litre. I may be wrong, but have you also, gone around to check stations under the IPMAN umbrella? Don't answer that, sir. We're totally out of time. It's a big conversation. Perhaps we'll expand it later on in the week. But we must thank you very much at this point in time, Mr. John Kikiocha, the National Welfare Officer, IPMAN, who joined us via Zoom. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And so what's the impact of this new price regime on your pocket, on inflation? And how come we're witnessing what economists call a trade surplus? And in fact, other indices that are showing positive, but it's not reflecting on the pockets of Nigerians. Let's have that conversation after this time out. We'll be right back.